Adam Miles in 4th and 5th. So it's pretty tight all the way down, still a lot to play for. And remember, season is 12 races long, but you get to drop 2, so you only count your best 10 races. So it's far from over, even if you're a bit behind this early in the season. Doing qualifying here, drivers are on their final laps. It's only a couple of seconds left as well, so if you haven't completed your 3 laps, your luck is pretty much out because qualifying is over. So without further ado, let's go through the starting grid. Leo Hughes, coming out of his 3rd straight victory, puts it on pole position with a 140.872 ahead of Ewan Pattinson just behind in 2nd, Benny Simonsen in 3rd, Nicholas Vaughan Roberts in 4th, Simon Edwards in 5th, and Will Redford in 6th. Got Anthony Catt in 7th, Adam Miles in 8th, then Wade in 9th, Daniel Tufts in 10th, George Mattick in 11th, Clark Williams in 12th, Kevin Budge in 13th, David Dowson 14th, Christopher Miles 15th, Louis Sheena in 16th, Mark Langford 17th, Andrew Bernowski in 18th, Dave Kirkman in 19th, and Tony Stack rounding out the top 20. The rest of the grid will be up on your screen, and Ryan, it's going to be an amazing one today. What's your predictions?
Yeah, I'm expecting a great race. Zolder is such a great track, especially in the Skippys, and I've done some races around here in the series in the past, and it's always produced great racing. And I think with those 2 chicanes in the first sector, I think with the pack being so close together, don't be surprised if you see some minor incidents or a bit of a bottleneck effect on the first lap.
Yeah, I've been watching these guys all through the week as they've been racing in the official series, and that first chicane especially, that curb is so massive, but they go just straight over it without an off-track or a slowdown. So if you got 2 wide through there, we might see cars ending up on top of each other. Have to see how that one plays out. The last few cars getting on the grid here, they still have a couple of seconds to get there. So see who we are waiting for. I can't see anybody. There are currently 39 cars, 40 cars signed up for this race. 39 seems to enter. Everybody's on the grid, the red lights are on, engines are revving, and we are racing in Belgium. There's a great getaway back there from Will Redford. Anthony Catt even, that is in 7th, he's already up to 5th. Wonder if that might have been a jump start. He gained 2 positions before he even got off the line.
Yep, as they head through turn 1 now, and then heading down to turn 2, it looks like everyone's managed to get through relatively clean at the moment as there's a car round in the background, but we'll try and get a replay of that as soon as possible. But still looking at the front, it's Leo Hughes at the moment, got a great start leading, with Ewan Pattinson in 2nd, and the feisty Ben in 7th and 3rd.
There was a couple of cars that went around at the back there, but nothing major. Everybody's able to keep on going. Still Leo Hughes leading the way. You can see the cars going wide in the gravel there. We've seen that all week as well. That's Anthony Catt. He's going to lose a couple of positions again. Going wide in the gravel, it'll compromise your speed, but you can still have some pretty good momentum coming down into the chicane now. You're side by side right ahead of Mattick here, but they make it through. It's going to compromise their speed though, so the car ahead of Mattick here, Daniel Tufts, is going to get a run on Nathan Wade and possibly Anthony Catt as well. Looks like he's going to back out. They'll be sensible with it through the 2nd chicane. Going back here from Anthony Catt, you can see the 24 there of Nathan Wade right behind, and this whole pack is still a long train of cars from 1st all the way down to 35th, currently in one long line without a massive breakup anywhere, coming to complete the first lap into the hairpin now for the first time. There is a move up the inside from Benny Simonsen on Ewan Pattinson, and he's going to get 2nd position. Now down towards the final with a couple of turns here, and this is where it's going to get interesting. This chicane has been taken out, so they're going to be super quick through here, but do not touch the grass on exit, because then you will plough the wall. A little bit of a kink left here, and then a kink right, and you can see all the gravel out here. Way wide there from Simonsen. Somebody else is in the grass. Oh, Nicholas Vaughan Roberts, he barely avoids that wall somehow. Puts his whole car in the grass, but does not plough the fence. That could have been day over for several cars if he hit that wall.
Yeah, Nicholas Vaughan Roberts was a lucky man to get away with that. He managed to regroup and get it together, and managed to get back on the track. But boy, that could have ended up in disaster and could have caused several wrecks or accidents. But he managed to get away with that, and he's still going.
Adam Cole and Cesar Rizzo has had a little bit of an incident further back, dropping down the order, racing for 25th they were. Here's Niall McGinty as well, coming down in towards the first corner as he Gets on the brakes to avoid contact, spins out, and that's probably where those other two cars... No, that was actually the start. That was the incident in the first corner on at the very start. So that was Matt Whitright, Adam Cole, Tim Adcock was in that as well, unfortunately. Anthony Cat and Nicholas Von Roberts has had an incident though. So they are... Nicholas Von Roberts is falling down the order here, as is Chris Hansen, who has been involved as an innocent bystander. See if we get a replay on that as well. Anthony Cat is falling down the order here too, so that was coming through the chicane, just went too high on the curb, and not really sure. We'll get a replay of that here. Nicholas Von Roberts bounces, goes way over the curb, and Cat just has to go wide, and that's why he lost a couple of positions. But Von Roberts' day is over there. That front wheel took a beating, and then that second car goes off in the fence there as well. The car stopping on the right. So a lot of things happening here around these chicanes as we're coming around to complete the second lap of the race here. And the top six has pulled away. Christopher Miles is in 6th position at the moment. You can see Will Redford in front of him getting sideways there through the little left-hand kink. Manages to straighten it out though, so everybody's still going strong here at the front.
Yep, but Christopher Miles trying to make a move on the outside into turn 1. Can he make a move stick? Can he hold it on the outside? No, he can't. But yeah, a bit brave to try and do that move on the outside, but he has to tuck back in behind. And behind Christopher Miles, it looks like Lewis Sienna as well, trying as they keep in contact with these guys and maybe trying to make a move too.
There's a lot of action going on all the way through the field. Got a bit of too wide behind these guys as well. But here's Miles and Sheena all over each other. Sheena going a little bit wide there on Chris Miles. Gonna have to stay behind. Oh, here we have almost a 3 wide. Tony Stack in the middle. He backs out though, ran out of room. That's Kirkman and Langford ahead. Langford is going to take that position away from Kirkman. So 3 wide through the chicane is not possible. Stack gets a massively good exit there though, and Kirkman gets an amazing run. He's going to take that 18th position away and pick up the hunt again on Mark Langford for 17th. So 2 positions gained for Tony Stack so far, as he makes that pass look very, very easy. And Seth Brown right on the back of them as well. So Kirkman will have to watch out, or he's going to lose out on another position right there.
Yeah, Stark, he's gained 2 positions, and it all started with that great run he got on the exit of one of the chicanes, but he's up into 18th. Yeah, up into 18th by the looks of it, and the next person in front of him is Mark Langford in 17th, so we've got a 4-car battle for 17th, and yeah, I don't like to divert away from this battle, but I'm just looking at the front, and it's still really close at the moment. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 car battle for the lead, and it's still Hughes leading with Ewan Patterson, Benny Simpson, Simon Edwards, Will Redford, and it looks like Adam Miles in the background as well.
Yeah, they're all over each other, just too quick for anybody to make a move as of now, but somehow they're not able to pull away at the front there. So still a 6-car battle, as you see there in the bottom right hand of your screen. Lee is leading the way, coming down to the chicane now again. Pattinson will hopefully, for him, have the possibility to have a look here. He's going to look on the right, but he's not going to be close enough to do anything behind him as well. They're going to stay single file through the first chicane, while these guys are still going at it as well here. Stack getting a run on Langford. He might be able to make a move into the chicane if he's brave enough. He's definitely going to be close enough to do something, but Langford is going to go defensive early, so Stack is going to back out and leave him to it. Brown now on the back here, see what he can do as well, but it does not look like these guys are too eager to make decisions just yet. They're dropping back from the guys behind, so Christopher Miles is over 2 seconds ahead, so I think they might want to catch back up to those guys before they start going at it too much.
Yeah, it's just, I think it seems to be the norm in this league as well. Further in the field, the people don't seem to be as eager to battle in the early stages. As I say that, it looks like Tony Stack is trying to make a move down into the hairpin for 17th place. Can he get the move done? It looks like he's up the inside, and yeah, he gets the move done. So up into 17th place for Tony Stack.
Good move from him there. Kirkman tried to follow him as well, but could not get a run. Here comes Langford back now though, up the inside of Stack into the little final half chicane, whatever you want to call it. He has to back out though. That's going to cost him a ton of momentum. Here comes Kirkman in 19th he is. 20th, I believe that should be. I'm not really... Yeah, it is. Seth Brown is in 20th. Sorry, Kirkman is in 19th. He's third in this battle. Got a good run there, but he was not able to do anything on Langford. So they're still staying with Tony Stack. I'm not sure how he did not pull away there with the amount of overspeed that he had coming through that last chicane. But still, good job there from Langford to keep the speed up right back on the back now of Tony Stack. See if he can make a move back into 17th here coming up to the chicane, or if he'll play patient. The guys at the front still being patient. As we say that, Pattinson has a bit of a wiggle. So Simonson goes through up into second position. They're going to be side by side further back for 5th place there, with Will Redford going up to 4th into the next chicane. They single file back out though, and these guys on the left here not doing much, so leaders all going at it. Pattinson put a wheel in the gravel, lost momentum and dropped from 2nd to 5th within a matter of seconds. So that's what a tiny little mistake will do if you're running up with these guys here at the front, all keeping very similar speed though. Pattinson still fastest last time around. Benny Simonson has the fastest lap of the race. Onward here now with Will Redford through that final little left-right kink, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a chicane, but it still works like a chicane. You'll see just how tight it is and how fast they go. Just a tiny little lift, bounces back onto the track over the curb. He's steadily staying on the track though, but you can see just how quick that wall comes on the outside. Still 4th place for Will Redford, nothing going on in front of him. They're still staying patiently in line. Cars behind are dropping back slightly. That's Pattinson and Miles. See if they can close back in. But for now, it's Forsum at the front and a pair about half a second further back, almost a second behind now. So I'm not sure if Pattinson has got some sort of damage or if he's just trying to find his rhythm again after that little mistake. Let's see if Will Redford can do anything here. Still a little bit too much spread out here, I think, to do much into the first chicane. But then again, these guys are known for working together through the first few laps before they start battling too much, so I'm not expecting these guys to be too brave into the chicane, as we're only on lap 6 so far out of 14. All of them going high on the curb. They're bouncing their way through it. And back to this battle, further back in the field here. See what they will do. Van Dalen has caught up to these guys as Brown has almost pulled away from them. There's going to be a move though. Langford on Seth Brown. They're going to be side by side. Langford is going to take it over. Brown is going to slot in between Langford and Kirkman. So see if Kirkman can get the run off the corner. Going to go for 18th position here on Brown. He's going to back out. That's a lapped car on the right side of the track that backs out nicely. Does not want to cause any trouble into the chicane. And gets in between these guys, thankfully, in between Kirkman and Evans there. So everybody staying alive here, thankfully. But that let Langford pull away from these two, almost going side by side through the chicane there.
Yep, absolutely. That's the thing with the Skip Barber as well, or yeah, the Skip Barber, especially around tracks such as Zolder. You can lose momentum, and with that as well, you can lose touch of the cars in front of you. But this pack back up at the front are still really close together. The battle for the lead, Lear Hughes has been leading for most of the race so far. But Benny Simonson, if he gets an opportunity, as we've seen in the past, if he gets a chance and he gets a run, he'll take it and try and make a move.
Definitely will. See what he'll do here. They're almost going to be, they're going to be too wide again back here in this pack. This time it's Brown and Evans going at it. Brown up the inside. Oh, he's going to hold that position. He's going to squeeze Ben off the track into the gravel. He makes a good save though. Now Evans has the inside for the next corner. Van Dalen is back there as well, trying to gain a position. Does not look like he's going to be able to do it. Maybe he will though. He's going to be up the inside. Meanwhile, they're side by side for lead as well. Simonson goes on the inside of Hughes into the chicane, and he's going to take that position away. Now Simon Edwards is up next to him as well, side by side down into the chicane. Pattinson goes on the outside of Will Redford as well. They're going to be 2 by 2 into the chicane for 2nd and 4th position. Edwards is going to get through on Lee Hughes. Here's Will Redford. He's still got Pattinson next to him. Pattinson going to get it, but Will Redford is going to have the overspeed, having the outside line out of the chicane, so he's going to regain 4th position. Pattinson has to back out. He's back in 5th position. They're all over each other all of a sudden, and then just like that, they're back in line again.
Yep, on the exit of a hairpin now, and coming through this little left and little right kink, heading up to that fast left and fast right chicane. And Benny Simonson, like I said, he got the opportunity, he went for it, and he took the advantage and he took the lead. And Simon Edwards as well took the advantage and went up into 2nd place. So, but this pack is still close together, and that's the thing as well. If you battle through either of the chicanes, you can just hold each other up. And unfortunately, Lear Hughes and Benny Simonson held each other up a little bit, but Benny Simonson benefited from it.
He definitely did, and they're going at it in the group behind as well, from 7th down to 11th, and this other group that we've been keeping an eye on throughout the race, Evans, Van Dalen, Kirkman and Brown, they're going at it as well here, side by side through the first couple of corners here. This is battle for 7th, that's Matic and Tufts side by side. See now Tufts around the outside, he's going to regain that position. Wade and Cat side by side behind there, and then Williams latching on to the back of this group as well. See what they'll do here. They're 2 by 2 coming down to the chicane. It might even be 3 wide. Tufts is going to get clear though, so Cat might get a run on Matic. There he's side by side with Wade for now. There are going to be 3 wide. Somebody's going to have to give though.
Oh no!
Up the inside is Tufts. Matic next to him. Tufts is going to try and get that position, but Tufts has the has the overspeed. Wade comes through. Tufts is going to drop all the way down to 9th in this group. They're going to be 3 wide again, so 2 positions lost for Tufts there. Wade comes through. Here comes Clark Williams up the inside. Tufts up the inside as well. He's going to get back up into 8th. On board here with Anthony Cat at the back of this group. Now Wade comes through on Tufts up into 8th position. Williams up into 10th, and this is like Baranowski and Dowson behind these guys close right up as well. So all of a sudden this is a 7-car group for 7th position here, but Matic has got a little bit of a gap now with these guys going side by side through the chicane, and see what happens here now coming up through the kink. A good run through there for somebody, or a bad run for somebody, could change the whole outlook on this group again. See now here Nathan Wade ahead of Daniel Tufts. They're all going to get a good run. Williams looks like he gets the best run though, going to get a bit of a opportunity here to get past Daniel Tufts. See if he's going to take it. They're going back and forth across the straight though to break the draft on each other. No moves being made into turn number 1, so they're going to stay in that order for now. But these guys definitely not done yet, as we've got 6 laps to go of this race.
Yeah, this is a fantastic battle as well, further back in the top 10, and Clark Williams, he's always been known for having a bit of patience. He's not eager to make a move straight away. He'll take if he sees a chance, he'll go. If someone makes a mistake, he'll go for it and take it. And yep, he's gained a position now inside top 10, up in top 10 position by the looks of it. And yeah, but this battle is still close together.
The battle's all the way through the field. That other group, Evans, Van Dalen, Brown and Kirkman still going at as well, as Williams goes high over the curb. That will not be good for your race car, definitely not. That's going to drop him down into 12th place as Kat and Baranowski comes through. That's going to open up a bit of a gap there in the middle of this group. But Clark Williams, wow, if you miss that curb slightly in these cars, you'll just go flying like you saw him do right there. Matic still leading the way though. He's not bothered by that one bit, and Baranowski gained a position, so he's obviously not bothered either. Cat came through there too. See if they can close up on these 3 cars ahead, as the look on the outside there from Nathan Wade coming into the hairpin. He's going to hold it there on the outside though. Matic now coming down to the kink. Looks like Wade has a bit more speed. He's going to have a look up the inside, but I don't think you want to be too wide through this little kink here. Especially don't want to be in the car on the outside through the second part of it, because then you're definitely going into the wall. Everybody getting a good line through here though. Pushing a little bit harder is Baranowski, but he's going to stay on the track, which is crucial. Coming through that corner now here is Nathan Wade again, having a bit of a peak on Matic, but Matic is just a little bit too fast for him. Coming down into the second corner, see if he can do anything here. Setting up a run through this set of right-handers though, down to that chicane is ever so crucial. And these guys are now over 10 seconds behind the lead pack, which are still going at it. They're side by side for the lead now as well. Edwards on the outside of Simonson. They're going to be side by side through the chicane. Edwards is going to have the inside of the second part contact, and it's going to be Simonson off the track. He's going to get back on though, but he's going to be down in 6th position. Edwards up to the lead, and that was the slightest bit of contact ever. They're side by side again here. Going to get a quick replay of that though. Simonson, and he comes across just a little bit too much. Right front wheel touches Edwards' left front wheel as there's a car in the fence. Ewan Pattinson has ploughed the wall after more contact with the 13 of Will Redford, and Ewan Pattinson is going to be out of this race. Side by side there through the chicane. It comes through the left-hander well, through the right-hander. Redford comes on the curb and just comes out a little bit too much on Pattinson, sends him ploughing the fence there. Redford has dropped down to 5th as well. Wonder if he might have some suspension damage following that. But this has let Simon Edwards and Leah Hughes pull away over a second from these two, so or these 3 cars. So it might be a 2-car race now. coming to the end of this race. Simonson, Redford and Miles still going at it for 3rd, 4th and 5th though. Pattinson is still going. They had over a 10-second gap down to the group behind. So Pattinson is still going in 6th, but he's been caught by this second group that we've been following, and he is heading into the pits for a spare car. So he is going to try and salvage whatever points he can here, but with only 4 laps to go, he's not going to have a lot of time to do it.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's just not so unfortunate about an incident with Simonson and Edwards, but that's what happens when you're trying to go 2x2 through a chicane. There's not always a lot of room, and unfortunately Benny Simonson just he wasn't he should have been more aware, and unfortunately ended up in contact, and he's fallen back ever so slightly from the leaders, and it's just unfortunate. But when you're getting your elbows out or in a tight battle, sometimes contact is always inevitable.
It definitely is. Pattinson now back on track, but he's down in 26th position, so a lot of time and ground to make up there. He's over 10 seconds out. Actually, he's in the points, but he's way out of gaining any positions from where he is now. Side by side for the lead again. Simon Edwards holding the outside on Lee Hughes. Here is as well the battle that we've been following. Evans, Dowland, Brown and Kirkman all the way through the race, and there is Wings missing there. So not really sure what's happened there. Brown and Kirkman going side by side at the back of this group, though. Lee Hughes and Edwards going side by side as well for the lead. Coming up to that kink, you do not want to be side by side here, boys. The guys behind have caught up as well with these two battling for the last set of corners. This is going to get real interesting. Simonson is there, Edwards is on the left. Lee Hughes has to back out. Simonson goes sideways, but he's going to stay on the track. Lee Hughes is going to hold on to 2nd position. Here comes Will Redford. He is on the right side of Benny Simonson. They're going to be 3 wide coming down into turn number 1. Adam Miles comes through. He goes from 5th to 2nd in a braking zone. What a move from Adam Miles, taking advantage. They're still going to be 3 wide. That would be Simonson coming around the outside of Lee Hughes on the inside. Miles has to drop out and it's back down to 4th. He went from 5th to 2nd to 4th within a matter of seconds right there. And that's how quick things changes here. Will Redford right back there with a possible suspension damage, looking to take advantage of anything that happens here. A bit more contact there. He's going to put Simonson towards the gravel. They're going to be 2 by 2, and bye says Simon Edwards. He's pulling away. He's got over a second of these guys already. 2 by 2 in the chicane here. That's Simonson and Hughes side by side. It's going to be Simonson on the inside. He's going to take that position away from Hughes, close the door on him in the second part of that chicane. Here comes Miles on Will Redford, going to make a move for 4th, make it side by side with him coming into the chicane. Meanwhile, Cat and Matic are going at it back behind, but we're following this top 5 battle. 2 laps to go. Next time by, it's Simonson though who comes through, and he's going to take 2nd position away from Lee Hughes. Redford holds on to 4th. Adam Miles in 5th. Now, will they be able to close in this 1.1 second, 1.2 seconds that they have up to Simon Edwards within the next 2 laps to be able to make a move? Or can Simon Edwards just take off here with the victory? It looks like that gap is already coming down, actually. So if they can just help each other here, they might be able to catch him. There's 1 lap car ahead as well. That's going to make things a little bit more interesting for Simon Edwards. But for now, he is definitely in the catbird seat here to win this race, Simon. It's all in his hands. What can Benny Simonson and co do to catch up? Or will they just go battling too much and let him run away with it?
I don't think they'll want to help each other anyway. I think they'll want to try and catch Edwards, but I don't think helping each other is probably going to be an option, as they've got about just under 2 laps remaining, and Simon Edwards at the moment he's got the gap just under round about 1 second, and I think he just needs to keep that gap round about 1 second to 1.1 seconds, and I think he should be fine, or just about. But actually looking at the gap, it's getting smaller and smaller again, and Simonson and Hughes and Redford and Miles are there's a car off on the ground. Don't rejoin, as they managed to get by just.
Yeah, that was Niall McGinty. Nicely stayed off the track there, did not get back on. And how many times this season have we seen Simon Edwards in position to win a race and then have it taken away from him late? The last one being coming into the 2nd to last corner last week. He was leading, got hit up the back by Lee Hughes and lost out on the victory. Now here he is again in a position to finally get his first win of the season, which would mean so much for him. Here's also the battle for 9th. Matic Williams, Bernowski and Dowson, or 8th even, because Nathan Wade is in that too. And this is actually from 6th all the way down to 12th, so a ton of cars in this battle. Cat leading the way here still. He's made his way through up to the front of this group, and see what will happen here. Now the gap at the front though not coming down too much. It's still 9/10 as they're coming into the King to catch the white flag, but yeah, we're gonna have to see there. Edwards, one mistake and that gap will be gone in an instance though. These guys back here not doing too much, but still 7 cars in a line and an 8th car right behind them, so still anybody's race here for 6th place on forwards. And if anything happens at the front, they're racing for the top 5. Lee Hughes though up the inside of Benny Simonson. It's the final lap, so it's the final chance for these guys to do anything, and if they just go side by side once here, I think Simon Edwards has this victory sealed up. Lee Hughes trying everything that he can, as Cat has just fallen down from 6th down to 11th. He must have had an incident there coming through the final kink, but we're going to follow these guys. Simon Edwards now 6/10 of a second down to Benny Simonson. Will he have another one slip through his fingers on the final lap? That would be devastating for him. Lee Hughes having to go defensive here though on Will Redford. He's not going to be able to make a move on Benny Simonson, I don't think. He's definitely going to have to defend from Will here. He's going to hold the line though inside. He's going to keep that 3rd position. Benny Simonson gets away from him a little bit too much there, so now it's all for Benny to catch up to Simon Edwards. He's going to be right on the back of him. Miles comes up the inside of Redford as well. He's going to take 4th position away from him. Redford still up the inside though. Side by side, are they going to make it through this time? They are. Redford goes a little bit wide, so Miles is going to take that position. Here comes Benny Simonson though, down towards the hairpin for the final time. This will be his last chance to do anything. He's right on the back of Simon Edwards. He's going to go up the inside. Edwards is going to count on the better exit speed. Here they come, side by side. Simon Edwards, will he get his first victory of the season? He gets a good exit. He gets the overspeed. He's going to be clear of Benny Simonson coming down into the final chicane. Is he going to cut him off though? Simonson has the draft on the outside. He gets 2 wheels in the grass. He's going to be a little bit too wide though. Simon Edwards is going to clear him, and Simon Edwards is finally going to score his first win of the season here in the Monday Night Skippies. Benny Simonson comes through in 2nd. Lee Hughes just behind in 3rd. Redford does not get by Adam Miles, who holds on to 4th. Redford in 5th, and here's the 2nd group. Williams goes in the gravel in the final corner, letting Daniel Tufts come through to 8th as Wade and Mattock had just pulled away. Tufts comes in 8th, Baranowski 9th, and Anthony Cat in 10th as Clark Williams drops way down the order, finishes in 15th. That other group we had our eyes on, Kirkman, Seth Brown and Von Dahlen coming through the final corner here as well. They're going to be 3 wide, but it's going to be Kirkman holding on to that position from Brown. Von Dahlen a little bit too far back. Langford and Evans was able to get away from those guys. Here is some more people coming through. Nobis, Edwards, Pattinson, who recovered up to 23rd. That's a good job by him. He gained a few more positions there, which might prove crucial if he has some more bad results. And this would be a league organizer, Alan Patterson, I think. No, that's Steve Hefford coming through. 2nd to last car on the lead lap, all on his own in 28th position. But well, what an ending to that race. Simon Edwards, he had that in his pocket, and then all of a sudden Benny Simonson out of nowhere. But what an effort by Simon Edwards to hold on to that lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Simon Edwards, I think he deserved that, because he's been in the position of winning the race. Imola, for example, and he was so close to winning, but unfortunately had contact with Leo Hughes on the last lap, and it got taken away. But he managed to cope with the pressure on the final lap and hold on for the win. And yeah, well deserved. And that was a great battle for the win.
Definitely was, and good job by Simmons in there as well. He tried the outside, got a couple of 2 wheels in the grass before the corner, and slipped a little bit too wide, but unfortunately not enough for him. Final race results though, 14 laps completed. Simon Edwards finally wins by 3/10 ahead of Benny Simonson, who just managed to hold off Lee Hughes to the line. Adam Miles in 4th, and Will Redford, after that little contact, comes home in 5th. Nathan Wade wins that 2nd group battle to finish 6th ahead of George Mattock in 7th, Daniel Tufts in 8th, Andrew Baranowski in 9th, and Anthony Cat rounds out the top 10. David Dowson in 11th, Kevin Budgeon in 12th, Clark Williams, as you saw flying over the grass there, in 13th, Louis Sheena 14th, Christopher Miles in 15th, Mark Langford in 16th, Ben Ebbs in 17th, Dave Kirkman in 18th, just ahead of Seth Brown in 19th, and Mark Von Dahlen in 20th. The rest of the results is off on your screen, and like we said, Ewan Pattinson managed to recover a few positions up to 23rd, but still absolutely not the result he would have wanted. We have Will Redford staying by though. That was an eventful race for you, moving up and down through the top 6 there, and talk us through your race, Will.
Yeah, that was fun. Lots of good racing instead of we weren't really, you know, we weren't staying as a pack, we were racing each other, which we don't normally do, so it was great. Really, I just wanted to follow Simon because I didn't know where he was going to end up. I thought he'd be able to put top 3 in, so my plan was off the start to just follow Simon, but because everyone was fighting and the traffic, it sort of just turned into race everyone and see where you end up. So I lost out on the last lap just because going too wide into the chicane was really slows you down, and I just lost all my momentum, and then Adam got the run on me into the next chicane, and those, yeah, I had to he took me there. I could have waited maybe to the hairpin, but Cleo was much faster out of the chicane than I was, so I knew it would be hard, so I just wanted to try it there, but it didn't work out, and I lost 2 positions because of it. So I don't, you know, it's alright, good racing. What was it? Did we go 3 wide into turn 1, or was it 4 wide?
I think it was only 3 wide this time, so
Yeah.
you're still missing 2 cars.
It was still, you know, Benny stuck his nose in as well, mid-corner, so we should have all died there, but we didn't, because Adam overcooked it a little bit, but everyone left room. Was it Ewan that I had the incident with at the chicane?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so pretty much I was all the way to the inside. I couldn't really leave any more room unless I just cut the corner, so I'll have to go look at it, but from my point of view at the moment, I did nothing wrong. Just, you know, not enough room, or Ewan turned into me or something, but I was all the way on the inside, so. But, you know, I finished this race, so I'm happy.
Yeah, great race by everybody nonetheless, and tons of exciting action for us to watch. Charlotte Roval next week, one of my favourites. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I don't particularly like Charlotte as a track, but I feel like it's going to be really drafty, pure, like, you know, it is an oval, so it's going to be very draft reliant. I think you can exploit the apron, and you can run on the apron at some points to go quicker, so we'll have to figure out if that's allowed or not. Otherwise it's going to be quite unfair to people that don't know it. But yeah, we'll see. I don't think it'll be my best race because I don't really like the track, but we'll see what happens.
Right, anybody you want to send a shout out to before we let you go?
Shout out to you guys for the broadcast, and Alan for hosting the league, and then shout out to my sponsor, or shout out to my dad. He's doing ovals as usual, and
yeah, we need him back. We miss him.
Yeah, he needs to come back. We miss seeing where he ends up. Yeah. And to my sponsor, Nest in the Woods.
Great. Hope to see you again next week, and again, congrats on a top 5 finish. Next up, we have Ryan standing by with a certain George Mattock.
Yeah, George started in 11th, finished in 7th. But George, that battle with you guys in the top, in the other pack in the top 10 was absolutely fantastic to watch. Talk about it from your point of view.
Yeah, it was really close between I think 4 or 5 of us were literally nose to tail for the whole race, and we kept battling, and maybe we should have slipstreamed each other to get closer to the likes of Adam and Will. But yeah, it was super close, and especially myself and Nathan, it's been ridiculous the last few weeks, and he's just pipped me by, what was it, 2/10, just under 2/10. So yeah, it was super close. But yeah, it's just interesting that everywhere there's battling throughout the field. At the front, obviously there's battling, and then there's the second group, and of course at the back behind as well, there's battling all over the place.
Yeah, we saw a few times you guys battling, and what did you think of Zolder with the Skippy? Is it a track you would like to visit again in the future?
Yeah, again, like, this is another track that I have never driven before. Never driven Zolder, never driven the Skip Barber at Zolder. So it was really weird with the chicane. I actually did a race in the midweek where somebody was still taking the chicane at the last corner and almost took out Nathan in front of me. So it took a little bit of getting used to, because I went around the chicane as well to begin with. But yeah, it was quite difficult to overtake, and the drafting was so powerful, especially through the last sector. And if you get a launch out of turn 4 down into the chicane, if you're on the outside, you're really in a precarious position. I think I was 3 wide with somebody at one point, and that was a bit of a brown flag moment. So
And looking to Charlotte Roval next week, are you looking forward to that? And have you got any experience of racing that track?
I've done a couple of races at that track in MX5s, like a long time ago. It should be interesting. Hopefully, it should be a little bit easier to overtake. There's a few spots. Obviously, you've got the long straight, and then you've got another chicane before the last corner. The last corner is a chicane. So, yeah, it's going to be tight. I'm expecting a really close battle again between the likes of Nathan and myself. Obviously, tough Sparanowski. Everybody from within the next 3 or 4 seconds is very fast. So yeah, it's going to be super close.
And finally, before we let you go, George, anyone that you want to give a quick shout out to?
Shout out to you guys for broadcasting. I know much effort goes into it. I work in a similar industry. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Nathan for keeping it relatively clean. I may have squeezed him at the chicane. Also shout out to Sebastian Job as well for cheeky little tips.
Good stuff. Well, again, congratulations on your top 10 finish, George, and we look forward to seeing you on track at Charlotte next week.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
As I believe up next, Linus, I believe you've got the race winner of that race, Simon Edwards.
We sure do. After all these attempts and all these close results, and especially last week's terrible luck, Simon Edwards, finally a win for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I had to be a bit aggressive there, and the internet gods were with me as well. So, yeah, I'm pleased with that win.
Yeah, good stuff. It looked like a normal tight battle with some co-work in there at the beginning, and then a couple of laps to go. You got a pretty big gap. Did you feel the race was over then, or did you expect Benny and co to catch back up like you did?
I expected them to catch up, actually, because I broke my front wing quite badly. So I was down 2 or 3 tenths on the lap, and Benny could easily, obviously, get those 2 or 3 tenths or even more. So I knew they would come at me, but I was hoping they would battle on the last lap so that they wouldn't get to me. But they didn't, so I had to resist Benny in the end.
Well, you did a great job doing that, picking the outside in the hairpin to get the speed out of the corner. That was a pretty smart move. I think most people would have taken the inside, and that would probably have seen Benny going around the outside. So, great move there, nonetheless. Then Charlotte next week. Will we see you go 2 for 2, or what's your thoughts and hopes for that race?
I'll certainly try it. I'm not a fan of the Charlotte circuit, and when I'm not a fan, it usually means I'm slow. Yeah, Rovals aren't my favourites. I prefer ovals in the Skippy rather than Rovals, to be honest with you.
That would be quite fun to watch, so my vote is on that for next season. Anybody you want to send a shout out to?
To my sponsor, Masternaut, to Alan, as usual, to all the regulars. It's actually quite a friendly season this season. We're all chatting. So I think this is a happier season. And to yourselves for the excellent broadcast.
Well, thank you for that, and we certainly hope to see you again next week. So if you fancy joining this fantastic series, first of all, if you're a part of iRacing and live in the UK&I, just search for UK&I Skip Barbers on the iRacing, or Skip Barber series on the iRacing League page, and you will be able to join this fantastic community that we have here. So with that, let's go through the championship standings, if we have those. I just lost my championship standings, unfortunately, but there they are. Benny Simonson still leading the way at 204 points. Ahead of Leah Hughes at 182, and Simon Edwards with that win up to 174. So it's getting really tight at the top. 30 points separating the top two and the top three. Sorry, and with the drop weeks, that is pretty much nothing. Adam Miles in fourth, just ahead of David Dowson in fifth. Christopher Miles in 6th, Daniel Tufts in 7th, Ben Ebbs in 8th, Kane Halliburton in 9th after having missed several races, and Ewan Pattinson in 10th after today's bit of misfortune, so hopefully he will have a better luck next week as well. But still, anything to play for. Just over 100 points separating the top 10, so not the best of outlook for those down around 10th position, but still the chance is there if they have good ending to the season. Next week then we are on to the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval here with the Monday night UK&I Skip Barber series, as we've actually just passed the halfway mark, so still a lot of points to play for, and I'm still looking forward to see that final at Long Beach. It's going to be something special. Ryan, any final words before we wrap up today's race?
Yeah, just a great race that was to watch, and that battle for the win was just brilliant, and it looked like Simon Edwards was away at one point with a 1 second gap, but Benny Simonson just put the foot down, closed that gap down, and he almost had Simon Edwards, but Simon Edwards got the elbows out, managed to hold on and took a well-deserved victory and the first win of the season.
Yeah, that was thankfully, because I don't think I would have liked to see Simon miss one more, but now he finally has that win. So Charlotte Motor Speedway next week, same time, same place here. You've been watching the UK&I Monday Night Skip Barber series live on RaceSpotTV in support of the Calm Zone, live here from Zolder. Next week then, same time, same place, Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval. Join us then. Until then, take care everybody and stay safe. Goodbye.